This video is going to be a discussion of a series of essential shots in the carom billiards game of straight rail. In the game of straight rail, all that's required to score a point is making contact with your opponent's cue ball and the carom ball to score 1 point. So it follows that if you can get all three balls close together in a very close position, especially in one of the four corners, the shooting player can score an indefinite amount of points, which was the reason for the invention of balk line and eventually three-cushion billiards. The shots that I'm about to demonstrate come from Willie Hoppy's book, Billiards as It Should Be Played. If you're able to master these shots and shots similar to this, and you become able to recognize patterns that bring all three balls together in a very close position, you'll be able to score many points on your opponent. For each shot, I'm going to offer a diagram and then a brief demonstration of that shot. And I'll also tell you which part of the cue ball to strike to achieve the desired end of each shot. In this first shot, you should strike the cue ball slightly below center using right English and employ a moderate stroke. As you can see, not a close crowding pattern, but very, very close together. For this shot, you should strike the cue ball about half ball above center and slight right English and employ a moderate stroke. In an ideal shot like this, you would bring all three balls back to the corner where you see the two white balls there. In this shot, you're simply using a little draw and a little right English to stun over from your red ball to the carom ball. In this shot, you're going to hit center cue ball with a touch of right English. You're going to use a moderate stroke, and all three balls are going to end up in that top right hand corner where you see that other white ball. For this shot, you're going to use about a half a ball's worth of follow to get the cue ball to go up to that last diamond there on the long rail, and then back for your carom ball. This shot is going to require you to use a very smooth, moderate draw stroke. In other words, you're going to be hitting below the center of the cue ball. Not really necessary to use any English, any left or right English. You're just going to be using a lot of draw to draw back into the white ball, using the correct speed to keep the red in that same corner. Here's another shot that requires mainly draw. You could quite possibly play one rail and use some left English in combination with draw. The idea is to get all three balls close together there in the corner. In this shot, you're going to be using follow, or hitting the cue ball above center to make the cue ball go one rail and back up for the carom ball. This shot is a center cue ball hit. This is also a half ball hit on your object ball. You're going one rail and then back for your carom ball. Paying very close attention to what type of speed that you use to keep all three balls close together. This shot is a simple center cue ball hit where you hit at the diamond there and pay very close attention to the speed that you play so you don't separate all three balls at the end of the shot. This is another position that requires you to draw the cue ball after hitting your first ball. Your ball is going to go 2 rails, possibly 3, and then come back to the corner where the carom ball is. In this position, you're going to use a little bit of draw that's slightly below center in left English, forcing the red ball to go 3, possibly 4 rails back for the position there in the bottom left corner. In this shot, you're going to be using about half a ball's worth of follow and left English to drive the red ball 1 or perhaps 2 rails to bring all 3 balls together there in the top center. This shot's probably my favorite pattern. Strike the cue ball with follow and some right English and make it skip once on the rail to the carom ball. You're kicking in behind the red ball and bringing it 1 or maybe 2 rails back to your corner. This shot requires you to use follow and right English, and you're taking the cue ball 2 rails, you're taking the red ball 1 rail and maybe 2 rails back to that upper right hand corner. This video is really an insufficient discussion of this topic, and even for these particular shots, because it's very hard in a video to point out and to communicate the needed aim position on your first ball and the speed that you need to use on each ball, and even the precise amount of English that you need to use on each shot to achieve the desired effect. So definitely take this to the table and practice it and work it out. Really, my goal in posting this video is to expose you to the idea of the crowding patterns and what some of them look like. In life, we enjoy meals, we enjoy entertainment. Maybe you enjoy American football, maybe you enjoy just regular football, maybe you enjoy a well-played game of billiards, enjoy time with friends, family, food, movies. Just keep in mind that there are children out there who may never enjoy these great pleasures of life and not even enjoy life itself. So even in this tough economy, especially because of this tough economy, join the battle against pediatric cancer. I'm leaving a link to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital where you can contribute to their efforts to eradicate this disease.